Hey guys, so here's my Kobot RV353 model electric robotic vacuum cleaner. My last video I was explaining how the two brushes, the sweepers on both sides are spinning, and that's these here. They just snap right in there. So one just barely turns and one's not moving at all. So we're going to pop it open and see if we can figure out what's going on. Now there's 4 Phillips screws. So I'm going to pop those out and see if it will open up. Maybe some hidden screws somewhere else too. So you have to take off also the battery cover. It's 2 Phillips screws. If anybody's wondering what the battery looks like, that's a battery. It's a 26 milliamp battery. And there's one more screw at the bottom you gotta pop out there too. Good thing to do too is just disconnect the battery. And then just put it aside there. And then you have a lot more room to get to that last screw right at the bottom. Alright, so we got her pretty much apart here. Just take a look on the inside there. I've plugged the battery back in. What I want to do is, right in there, that's the motor for the sweepers. I'm going to see if putting a little bit of grease or oil right there, that's where the top of the rotating part for the sweepers at, by the motor. So we're going to put a little oil on there and see if that helps before I take it apart any further. Alright, so I'm going to let that seep in for a second, and I'll clean up any extra that's on top there by the wires. I don't want that dripping around inside there. Alright, so a little progress. I lubed this side, the top of the motor where the gears are at. I've just popped the battery in, so I'm going to turn it on and lift it up a little bit and see if this is going to sweep now. That one's good. This one's still not moving. So that fixed that side. I'm also just going to put a little bit of oil down here. And then again, just make sure you clean up the extra around the edges there. And this is an area too, when these go back on, you got to pop them off every once in a while. You can see it's a lock and unlock. Pop them off every once in a while because you're going to get a lot of hairs twisted around the inside, and that's happened to me before where these have jammed up and stopped working because of that. But typically the vacuum will turn right off when that happens. Alright, so let's dig into this a little further. This sweeper is working now, however this one isn't, and that's after I put a little bit of oil in it. Just a little look inside. A lot of people really have no idea what's inside of these robotic vacuum cleaners. These are your drive wheels. This little spring on top that allows it to go over objects and spring back. This is the actual vacuum part itself. The brain of the vacuum cleaner. This motor here is for your sweeper, and then you have the little motors on the side for your little brushes, your side brushes. So the next step, since this motor's working, we're not going to do anything with this. We're going to actually take this apart a little deeper and see what's going on. I'm not sure if the motor's just dead or whatnot, so let's take a look a little further. And again, because this is wide open, the battery's been disconnected. So just make sure you take out the battery if you're digging into these a little further. And if we do get this working, I'm going to give this a nice cleaning. Alright, so we're a little further into it. Here's the actual sweeper motor. What I had to do in order to get that out is I had to take the motor out for your center sweeper. So there's a couple screws for that and a little bracket right right there I had to take off, which is that one right there. That goes and covers up right there. So you got to take that off, take 2 screws out for that, and there's 3 screws for this here. So the next step is I'm going to actually take the plug out from here, and I'm going to put it on the other side of the circuit board right there to see if it's an issue with the motor or an issue with the circuit board. So that's the next step. I was able to get it unplugged. It's that one right there. And I've actually put it on this side and disconnected the other one and plugged it in on this side. Again, I'll power it on to see if this works. There's your power button right there, little black button. And again, be extremely careful. Don't touch anything electronically when it's plugged in. Again, do this at your own risk. So let's give this a try. And it's not spinning, which indicates an issue with the gears or with the motor itself. So let's get the battery disconnected and we'll take apart the gears in the motor. So I just popped off 2 screws, and there's the motor, and there's your gear. I believe they call this a worm gear. Or worm gear, could be wrong. And again, there was nothing jammed. The gears look perfect, all the teeth all the way around it, and same with that one. So we got a bad motor. So one of the sweeper motors is dead. Alright guys, I cleaned the motor up too with some isopropyl alcohol, 91%, and still no luck. As you can see, there's a positive and negative there. I've actually put power directly to the battery, or sorry, the motor too, and still nothing. So this motor is dead. It's not any good at all. I checked online, and there's a few different model numbers on the motor, and there's nothing online that matches up with this. So this might be specific to the Kobot vacuum cleaners. So we'll have to figure out what the next step is with this beast. It's in a lot of parts, as you can see. That's the bumper, that's the cover for underneath. The front bumper, and again inside the vacuum, the top cover, and again the gears for the side sweeper. So we'll try to figure out what the next step is. Right now I'm contemplating putting it underneath the tractor tire and driving over it, but we'll wait and see till we get to that point. Anyways guys, just a rather short but getting longer video on diagnosing what the issue is with the side sweeper. Again, it's definitely the motor that's gone. I've tried it on both sides, and that side works with the good motor. The faulty motor isn't working on that side.